from Tiana, and then we'll move on to Grant's primary.
Yeah, thank you. So just as you were moving around the country and interacting with employers, and so did any of them ever express any concerns for their own health and safety in terms of the stress and worry that came through from the Health and Safety Act as it stood and the excessive paperwork? Did any of them express those sorts of concerns to you?
Oh yeah, I mean, there were a lot of business owners who were highly stressed.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was to do with the fact that most people in business want to do the right thing. But if you're already a small business owner dealing with things like Holidays Act compliance, trying to get customers and make sure that you've got cash flow and revenue, and you're dealing with the health and safety system, you are already time poor, and you don't have a lot of money just sloshing around to pay a consultant to get those answers. And so trying to simplify the system, provide more guidance up front issued by WorkSafe to those small businesses will give people a feeling of confidence that they are doing the right thing by their employees, but they will also be able to go to bed at night with less stress, knowing that they're less likely to cause harm to their workers in the first place. And I think that's at the heart of this reform. We are a small business economy. We do know that people are trying to do the right thing, but it is very hard out there in the economy at the moment, and it's very stressful. So if we can reduce stress while also reducing harm to workers, then we're on to a winner.
Thank you. Tiana.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is around, because I did hear your answer that you're going around the country and talking to folks and also to employers and also to workers. And so my question is, will she commit to meeting regularly with the CTU? I know that you had met with them once, from what I could tell, and I did put into a parliamentary written question whether you would commit to doing that. And the answer I got back was you hadn't had anything put in regularly. So my question is, if you're going to talk about making sure that you talk to people, it makes sense to have a regular time where you meet with the CTU to discuss the issues that impact their members. So I'd like an answer to that.
Oh, thank you very much for the question. Look, I don't meet regularly with the CTU because I don't meet regularly with any advocacy group. I have had 4 engagements with the CTU, and I have had engagements specifically on health and safety with the CTU. One of the reasons why we have the reform ending up with changes to the Health and Safety at Work Act rather than a repeal and complete replacement is actually because I listened to the CTU. They, as well as Business New Zealand, did not wish to have a complete repeal and replacement. So we have listened, and I have had engagements with the CTU.
So when's your next meeting with them?
I'm not committing to having regular meetings for the sake of having a meeting. I want my meetings to be highly productive.
Thank you. We'll move on to a primary from Grant McCullum.
Okay. Whoa.
What?
Right.
What? Okay. Where do we begin? Okay, so Grant McCallum basically just asked a question that's been asked previously. I don't know if he was paying attention, but, we already talked about...
Dodgy Grant?
Yeah, Dodgy Grant. We've already talked about how WorkSafe can simplify and improve their communications with businesses. That's already been addressed. So I'm not going to bother commenting further on that one because it's like, okay, just go read the regulatory impact statement for the health and safety reform. If he had also taken the time to read that, he probably wouldn't have asked that question. But anyways... Okay, so now I got distracted. What did Tuiano ask again?
About whether you'd have regular meetings with the CTU.
Oh, with the unions? No, she won't.
No. It was pretty, she shot down like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe she doesn't want to sit there and have meetings with Craig Rennie and Richard Wagstaff.
I'd love to have a meeting with Craig Rennie. But that's just me.
Richard Wagstaff is actually higher up in the chain because I think he's the general secretary.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, or he's got the equivalent role that Helen Kelly used to have.
I don't know. I mean, if you're going around saying, "Yep, I'm talking to workers," but you're refusing to talk to, like, I don't know, a union that represents thousands of workers, you might want to restate that.
I want to bring up what Blake said here. Is it just me, or does the man in her defence panel, defence panel, sitting there awkwardly look amusing? I think he feels that he's in an awkward situation of having to be non-partisan to someone who possibly isn't aligned with what he thinks is or isn't right, or what his goals are in there. I don't know who that person is, though. So, and I actually just check to see if... No, they still haven't actually updated information on the panelist website to show who the panelists were on Vimeo. So, yeah, we do not know. We just have to know that he is a gentleman who is sitting down there and being quite Bernard from Yes Minister, while was it Jim Hacker, we'll say as Brooke, is trying to spin the facts with Sir Humphrey Appleby whispering in the air.
I don't know how many people have watched Yes Minister, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And then what Sam is saying will make sense.
And put it this way, it was one of Margaret Thatcher's favourite TV shows at the time.
Really? It was making fun of her.
Yeah, no, she enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. I think it's possibly because she could relate to what was happening at the time. The only thing we still haven't figured out is what party did Jim Hacker belong to, because the party emblem never matched either the Labour Party or the Conservatives, and their policies were all over the place.
I don't know. That actually sums up the current state of UK politics right now with the Labour Party. They're all over the bloody place, and so are the Tories. I can't tell the difference between the two these days.
I mean, put it this way, and some people call it, they're the uniparty.
Yeah.
Yeah.